Hey, friends, and welcome back to Vibes and Delights. I'm your host, Frenny, aka Friend the Human.
And I'm Slapper.
And you guys, oh my gosh, so much has happened in the last couple weeks. You guys, let's start with the egregious aloneness of getting stood up and ghosted for Godzilla minus one. That was really hurtful. I mean, I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. I'm not gonna lie. I sent them that message and promptly left the group chat, deleted all those people off my social media, scrubbed them from every inch of my social media, from Instagram to Snapchat, which I don't even use, but I cut them off of Snapple chat. I unfollowed them on TikTok. Like I scrubbed my entire social media of their presence. And I sent a couple messages to the partners of people. And then other than that, I'm just fucking done. I'm not gonna lie and say that I still have not answered anybody. I don't think I have to. I said what I wanted to say. There was no excuse for me to be ghosted at my big age, you know what I'm saying? And like, and it's even like harder still because like I actually cared about these people, like, at least two of them in particular, you know what I'm saying? I really cared and they were not there and they could have and they did not. And I mean, I only see these people like maybe a few times a year, but when I see those people, it's always a good time. And I figured that they felt the same way about me, but it's very obvious that they didn't. And what if they did? Why did it take you, me fucking leaving, for you to fucking, come to me? And I'm just really hurt by that whole situation. Anyway, I'm done with that. But I just want those people to know that I'm not talking to them ever again. And I'm too chicken also to read your messages that you've sent me since. I'm not going to read it, but maybe one day, but not right now. A bitch is raw. Okay. It's raw. And then just last week on Sunday was my dad's 11th year. I had an absolutely fantastic weekend. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think this has been the best weekend since it happened. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even mean it like that, but it does feel different. Like, I picked out a tree I wanted. It's not gonna get here until after Christmas, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I picked a tree, a rainbow tree that I wanted, which is a huge first. I went and hung out with my brother and my sister, and we ate all the food. I meant to take pictures for the Discord. Join the Discord. I meant to like join, or I take pictures so I could show the people in the Discord. I walked in the house. People complimented my makeup, and I started eating. I started eating big time. I started eating big time. I was like, I was inhaling. It was so good. And I felt so bad though, because Slap was like cooking for us. Cause you have to make we made birria tacos. So we started cooking on Thursday, or was it Friday? Friday. We started cooking on Friday, and then we brought the food with us, and Slappa cooked the actual tacos on my brother's stove. You know what I'm saying? We cooked there, but man, they was talking about them. They was talking about them tacos.
I didn't mind cooking, but I was eating the whole time too, so like it wasn't no thing. And then your brother brought a random friend over and he ate like all the tacos I had made.
Oh, really? I did. I was wondering why there was only one taco left. Like, man, there were like 15 tacos there.
Yeah, he came in and went to town on it.
I mean, man, all of the food was good. My brother, he like grilled, he like smokes and grills, and he did like a tri-tip, like a beef tri-tip or something, some sort of red meat. It was delightful. Man, I was just in the I was trying to be polite and not seem greedy, but holy shit, I wanted to take all of that food. I wanted to take all of that food. Oh my god, I wanted to take all of that food. Wow. All right, cakey. And then on Sunday, which was the actual day, we ate more food. And then what happened? I forgot. We
We
were
just
we
had
were
a
crazy. Like I was super out of there. Like in a good way though. I was out of there.
yeah, we just had a really relaxing, fun day.
It really was. Like I think I played Power Wash Simulator like all day. I think I did all the SpongeBob levels, which was absolutely therapeutic and cathartic like to me. Like I loved that. Like me and my dad used to watch SpongeBob together. You know what I'm saying? My dad was so excited to learn like Mermaid Man. Who's the voice actor of Mermaid Man actually? Who's that guy? Voice actor is Ernest Borgnine or Borgnine or something like that. My dad said he used to watch shows with him on there. And then Bill Foggerbocki, who is the voice of Patrick, my dad was like, nah, that's not that guy. I don't know where my dad knew the voice of Patrick from, but he was excited to listen to the dumb shit that fell out of like Patrick's mouth. And it's so funny because I fucking hate me some Patrick. I cannot stand Patrick. I can't. He too dumb. Okay, like it was the plank that was nailed to his head and he was trying to walk through the door. I had enough. That was early. I had enough. Also, have you heard about the dude who did a fucking huge mega roast on Patrick because he got mad about the Valentine's Day episode? Oh my god, he ate him down. No crumbs were left behind.
Well, yeah, Patrick was kind of an asshole in that episode, like for real.
Kinda. Motherfucker, what have you done? What have you done? You say you sit there and wait for SpongeBob. Bitch, you ain't got no job. You were a deadbeat dad. Like, oh my God. He like just down the list of all the fucking dumb shit that Patrick has done. That egregious pink motherfucker. Like, goddamn. Anyway, but it was really exciting though because I know my dad liked that show too, and I cleaned all the levels. I'm excited. And they're really fun levels too. I was really frustrated at the Krusty Krab sign. I'm not gonna lie. And and the chum bucket handle, like the fist. That was really hard. That was really hard to clean. I had to jump specifically. Anyway, and then on Monday we watched the first two Terminators. And I'm telling you, Terminator was made for men to look at other men. You cannot change my mind. I called that it was that dude's mom, like Sarah Connor, right? That dude that she like fell in love with in the first one, so very like, that once she got pregnant after. I fucking knew that was gonna be his dad. And you told me he Slapper was like, no, no, no.
Or am I just supposed to be like, yeah, that's the whole movie. Let's not watch it anymore.
I'm sorry, I keep doing this. Just like in that movie, Leave the World Behind. We watched like all the good Netflix movies basically over the weekend, and we yo ho ho that shit. Anyway, but we watched Leave the World Behind, and I fucking called it the little girl. I'm sorry, guys. That movie was terrible. If you don't want to hear about this part, please like mute for like 30 seconds. But I called the ending. I was just hoping she got to finish that episode. That's all I wanted. I'm not. I'm going to be a good bean and not spoil it too much more than that. All right. And then the next day, my mom and I finally like got into a really big falling out. Like I boohooed all day Tuesday night on Tuesday night. I think that was Tuesday night. And we had like a really, really big fight. I'm really still really hurt by it. I didn't say anything bad, but essentially my mom and her husband, remember I told you guys a couple episodes ago that my mom her married a guy who has big shoes to fill. Like, I don't expect this man to take the place of my father, right? But I do expect to have some sort of semblance of a fucking relationship with him, right? And he's just been nothing but mad disrespectful. And I just didn't think he deserved the title of dad yet. So I call him my mother's husband, right? So he and my mom got into it, and my mom said that she was leaving him, but then she went back to him and then immediately was like we didn't hear from her for days. For days, I stressed out. I worried. I wondered where my mom was. Is she okay? Does she have money? You know what I'm saying? I was stressed the absolute fuck out. And then all of a sudden we get a message like, okay, I'm back home. When are the children coming? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You know what I'm saying? He destroyed the house. I have picture proof of him destroying the house. I have picture proof. And you just went back and then asked me to send my children. I'm sorry, but the answer is no. And I even tried to make her understand. I was like, Mommy, I'm not trying to be like this, but if the situation was reversed, and I said this verbatim to my mother, anytime Slap and I have marital problems, what do? You make time, you find a way, you come get the kids from us, and then and if it's for the weekend or if we're in town, you send us out to reconcile together. You know what I'm saying? But we reconcile and you keep a safe place for the children for us. You have not reconciled. You cannot tell me that y'all reconciled after you disappeared for 5 days. You know what I'm saying? And you told us that your marriage was over. You told us about all the disrespectful things that his family has done, continue to do. This man has never, he didn't say my first name, my first legal name, 10 letters long. My name is not hard to say, but it is very important to me. And I only share it with people that are like in my actual real life or at work because the government. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm really proud of my name. And he did not call me by my name for 2 years. But you want me to just like be chill about what happened? You know what I'm saying? And so I told my mom, I was like, if the roles were reversed, you would not leave the children here with me. And she was like, you're right, I wouldn't. And then she started listing off all the reasons. And I was like, so you understand. You know what I'm saying? And then she told me that she would never let me forget what I've done. So directly after that, I found a story on TikTok about about moms that are just a little too in the grandma role. I don't know how else to say this, but it is so crazy to me. How many stories are there of grandmas or parents or in-laws or anything like that? It does not matter. It's really shocking to me how many people feel so deeply entitled to their children's children.
Yeah, it's like kind of like the whole mama's boy relationship, like where the husband's too close, but it's like the grandma's taking the focus from the son and putting it on the grandchildren kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just trying to control parenting more than a grandparent should.
And yet we have yet another story of grandparents' rights, like an issue of grandparents' rights. But I knew, even though I didn't think I was going to get that deep into my mom drama, it's been weighing heavy on me. And I've been really, really alone in it. But thankfully, my favorite uncle has been a fucking rock as always. But um and tells me that I'm doing the right thing, and I know I'm doing the right thing. It just still sucks really hard. And even if she didn't mean it, she still said it out of anger, and I would never do something like that. You know what I mean? On this topic of parents who just think they have deep senses of entitlement, this and I will put a trigger warning here because my story was nothing compared to what we're about to read. And yes, it's kind of wild and crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it also is very, very dark. It gets dark really fast, but there is a sense of peace. And I think that it's a good story for us to read, which is the algorithm working essentially, because this literally it's we went through something in the same film field. Rome. I was gonna say film. I said film because I was gonna say field, and but then I wanted to say Rome, and then I said film. So yes. Anyway, pregnant original OP and her husband have their home and marriage cursed. The actual post is, and this is a best of Reddit update. Okay, so the actual story is called "Am I the Asshole for Not Keeping My Mother in the Loop and Depriving Her of Her Grandchild?" This put in September of 2022. It's over a year old. And again, am I the asshole for not keeping my mother in the loop and depriving her of her grandchild? And it's on Best of Redditor updates. Pregnant original OP and her husband have their home and marriage cursed. Let's go. Let's keep going. Oh, and this is the only story we're reading today because it's a lot. All right. I, female 26, am 4 months pregnant with mine and my husband's male 29 first children. We're having twins. We are both incredibly excited, but it is quite a high risk pregnant can't even say that word right, pregnancy. So I've been taking it easy, and we're trying to keep the information to ourselves until we know that I am and the babies are out of the woods. When I found out that I was pregnant, oh my God. When I found out that I was pregnant, I put together a little gift box to my husband and surprised him with the news. I put silly little things in the box like a world's best dad mug, a baby grow, and a baby book to track all the firsts. We did that for like a few months, and then I was fucking tired. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm tired. Anyway, but definitely, guys, if you're about to have a kid, you know what I'm saying. The baby first book is so cute. You know what I'm saying. I myself did not have the energy and wherewithal for that. I don't I don't know, but maybe you might find, something in it. I didn't. At the time, I did not know I was having twins. So there was just one of everything in the box. The plan was that I would gift my husband the box when he arrived home from work and tell him that we were expecting. Everything went off without a hitch, and my husband was beside himself. We had been trying for a while, and it was obviously quite an exciting moment. The next day, my mom, female 52, was shopping and I'm sorry, was visiting and snooped in my husband's home office under the guise of going to the bathroom while I was making lunch. Listen, why the fuck are you all up in people's houses? When you go to someone's house, I want to know. Put it in the Discord. Join the Discord. Put it in the Discord and the live react channel. I want to hear when you go to people's houses, do you just be all up in their rooms and shit? Like, I don't care how well I know the person. I forever will wait to be invited. I don't know what's in your fucking house. I don't know what blow up dolls you have in your like, you don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going in anybody's room without them being like, "Come in here," or bathrooms through there or something. I'm
Right.
not gonna just snoop around. That's fucking weird, dude.
Yes. So that to me was a lot of alarm bells. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was always taught that you wait to be invited. I was always taught that a room is off limits unless expressly given by the owner of said room. You know what I'm saying? Like your cousin inviting you upstairs to their room. You wait. Let's go. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to my room. You know what I'm saying? You don't just be like, cactuar just fucking bolt the second that your kid or the owner of the home starts making lunch, putting fucking a sandwich together, and then all of a sudden you turn around and you're just like, where the fuck did they go? You know what I'm saying? Who does that? I don't. Anyway, so the mom went snooping around the house while she was making lunch. The OP was making lunch. She saw the box and all the contents, meaning all the baby shit stuff. Who cares? Baby shit. This is my show. Anyway, and flies out of the office like a bat out of hell, telling me that my husband was having an affair baby because he had a secret dad box. At first, I was so confused, but eventually cleared it up that I had made the box because my husband and I were expecting. My mom was so excited and immediately tried to phone her best friend to tell her the news. And I had to tell her I wanted to wait until I was at least 3 months before telling people. And I asked her to please keep the information to herself. First of all, why did she immediately jump to fucking infidelity? Like, why did she immediately think he was cheating?
She's like hoping for the downfall, I bet. Like I've already read some of the stories, so the way it seems like she would be waiting for something to happen so she could be like, "Yay, you can leave him. He's terrible." Or just to gossip.
Oh, damn. I'm just like, I can't even wrap my my pinky toe, okay, around wanting my child to fail. I don't want my kids to fail. I want them to do better than I did. I want them to have the world. I want them to have more than that. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy how people are in competition with their children. Reddit, when I tell you that the whole community knows, it is because my mom told everyone with the caveat that they also keep the secret. Bro, the way I
60% of the time, it works every time.
bro, the way I was like, I can't even wrap my head around what I'm fucking reading right now. It is like middle school. Oh, and middle school was terrible. Nobody had a good time in middle school. I'm sorry, no one did. Not one single person. In did y'all have a good time in middle school? Did y'all have a good time in middle school? Because I did not. I did not. Okay. Anyway, it's like middle school and it's driving me crazy. Now, my mom is bugging me about information from doctor's appointments, and I have not told her a word. I have not even told her that we're having twins or that I'm high risk, but she insists that she should be privy to all information as she's the baby's granny. She has also asked me to have her in the room with me when I give birth instead of my husband, which I quickly shut down. Who was in there? You and my sister?
Yeah, just me and your sister.
Yeah, I remember we can get back to this later, but I remember my sister was ready to like wring your mother's neck. She was like, you better fucking leave my sister alone. Damn you, bitch. Anyway, so I'm just feeling really defeated. I'm trying to rest, but I have constant nagging from my mom and all her friends who claim that they have not told a soul either. They told each other. What the fuck?
Nah, none of them told.
I don't know what you're talking about. My husband does his best to intercept all the demands for information, but I'm starting to feel like it would be easier to just cave and tell her everything. Am I the asshole for keeping the information to myself and not letting my mother be involved in the growth and development of her first grandbaby? She sent me a text yesterday telling me that's her right as a loving parent to know about her child's future and future grandchild's health. And that's the end of the first post. Wow.
Grandparents' rights is like the wildest shit to me.
Go on.
Like, it's like the generation who like is usually doing that stuff are the same people who are like, everyone's so entitled, but like you feel entitled to have all the rights of a parent over your kids' kids. Like, what?
I'm really excited to see what y'all think about like grandparents' rights and stuff like that because I'm not gonna lie to you. When we were a little more unstable, my we sent my our son to my mother for like I want to say like 6 months. And it was because I was starting a new job or I was about to quit my job. Something was happening with my job. I'm not sure. We just moved here and it was very unstable. So my mom kept the children for a very long period of time. And then our daughter went to school. And then my mom started keeping our son for most of that first year. And then the following year, my son went to school. So I knew the way she was acting was a little suspicious because it's like I could tell she was using the children as kind of like a crutch almost and she kept like projecting some of her feelings about anything onto them, especially like my dad had hair. Y'all saw in my yearbook, if you follow me on tickle talk, my dad had hair exactly like me, you know what I'm saying, like we look alike, you know what I mean. My mom kept saying that your son looks exactly like your dad. He really does not. He doesn't. So it's just like a little, I knew that if we were to ever have a falling out, that this very well could happen, or at least a falling out, like what literally happened would happen because grandparents' rights. And I remember telling her stories about stuff just like this. And she would be like, whoa. And I'd be like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean? Well, like you making me nervous. And apparently I was right. Even though I'm sure it'll work out eventually. I'm just like, I saw these flags. Anyway, go ahead, baby. Read part 2 of this story. Slapper's choice.
Thank you to everyone who helped me write down everything I wanted to say to my mom and gave me strength and support, and told me I should not cave under any circumstance. It felt good to have so many people in my corner, and it did help steel my resolve. I had a chat with my husband, and we agreed that the two of us should meet my mom in a public place and actually talk about things rather than just sending a text, which she's very quick to dismiss. Unfortunately, this is not my first privacy related issue with my mother, and she's very good at not seeing texts which address her behavior, but she can't hide in a face to face setting. My husband and I met my mom at a local cafe this morning. She was so excited to see us. I believe that she thought this was a meeting to give her everything she wanted and more. She started by saying that she and her friends have been planning a baby shower and would like to know the gender, which was actually the perfect segue into my pre planned speech. It was quite long and emotional, but the main points were: one, I love you and I'm really glad you're so excited to be a grandma, but I feel that you robbed my husband and I the chance to announce the pregnancy ourselves. Two, I felt it was inconsiderate to specifically go against what I had told you, regardless of whether or not you think it was harmless. Three, I felt you crossed a line by snooping in my husband's office and by making totally unfounded accusations of infidelity.
Right. Like, why are you snooping in people's houses? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Four, your actions have directly caused stress to me and by extension the baby. She's still unaware of the fact that I'm having twins. And five, we have had to have discussions about my husband and I being entitled to our own privacy before. You claim that you would change, and now we're having the same discussion. So until you can prove that you're trustworthy, we won't be sharing any news about the pregnancy or our lives as a whole.
Oh my goodness. There's a whole, but anyway, no, for real. That is good for OP. I will say good for OP because I bet you that had to feel validating. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to actually express what you wanted and had it written out and planned. So because when you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes like you like not me. Like, and when I'm in the heat of the moment, I become more acute, like, but, for some people, yes, good for OP. Fucking own that shit. Fuck yeah. Speak your truth. Anyway, go ahead.
To say that my mom was unhappy would be an understatement, but she did not have much to say in a way of defending herself. Her main and pretty much only point was that she had shared the news because she was proud of me. She said that she meant no harm and cannot understand why I'm being so spiteful when her biggest crime is that she's excited to be a granny.
I'm just like, what are you proud of?
She's proud that she got knocked up, I guess.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, is that not just like, I don't know. My mom didn't tell me she's proud of me. She's like, congratulations. It's about time you've given me a grandchild. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't like, I'm so proud of you. Well, no, because it wasn't until after I had the children, like kids, whatever. My mom said she was proud of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, good for you. You made it through. You survived. You know what I'm saying? But not like, oh, you was fucking and now you're all pregnant it. Good job. But also maybe it was like because they had been trying for a while. Regardless, it sounds self-serving. It doesn't sound good to me, I guess. I guess maybe that's all I'm trying to say. I have rights.
Mother's rights.
Wife rights.
I mean, those did have to be fought for at some point. So,
Oh shit. that's a rabbit hole I'm finna go down later.
in a bit, what are you typing?
I said what I said. I'm gonna look that shit up later. Anyway.
In a bit of a dig at my husband, she claimed that I had never been like this until I met him and that he changed me for the worse. My husband just said, well, aren't people supposed to change as they get older? I'm pretty sure this is how my family feels.
What? Wait, what? They think I changed you for the worst? You think that?
Well, didn't they say that you were like making me do this shit?
Yeah. Because because they thought you didn't have enough brain to do it yourself. Damn, that fucked me up big time. Like, once again, the knowing and not understanding what you know, like, wow.
Unfortunately, there was no resolution, so husband and I left after saying what we had gone to say. We have also invested in some cameras to put around the house, and we will be changing the locks as she has a key. I don't know. You wouldn't give my mother-in-law, wait, you wouldn't give your in-laws a key to our house, would you?
I didn't back when we were on good terms with good when we were on terms with them. They did not have a key to your sister's house. They never had a key to our dwelling. We I would never give my mom a key to my house. No. No.
Yeah, that's why I got like kind of mama's boy vibes. I feel like that's like there's got to be some enabling going on here. You know what I mean?
It's not his mom.
Oh, it's her mom.
No, this is just not saying no. So,
So
like, you're
like,
not wrong. You just had the wrong person pegged. You know what I'm saying? This is just mom manipulating daughter. This is just narcissist.
after running some errands in town, my husband and I arrived home about an hour ago, hence why I'm writing the update now, and found a note taped to the front door. It was from my mom saying that she put a curse on the house and on our marriage, and will only take it off once we see reason and allow her to exercise her rights as a grandparent. While my mom has always had a strong belief in magic and dark magic, this is the first time she ever did something like this to me. I don't believe in this stuff. No offense to anyone who does, but I did have a thorough search of the house afterwards, and I found a bundle of twigs, hair, and herbs under my and my husband's bed. I threw it away, and we have a locksmith coming over soon. But both my husband and I now feel that no contact is the best thing at least until we have the babies.
Holy jeez. What? What the fuck was that? That escalated so quickly.
Yeah, I didn't know her mom was a witch, dude. That's
Is that a witch though? Is that like is it
dark magic and stuff. Yeah, that's like
no, because
witchery.
like we know witches. We have friends who are witches and they are not vindictive.
I mean, that's good for them, but there are people who do this and do that.
This is something I'm honestly a little shocked. I don't really know what to say about that other than absolutely not. And I'm so glad that they're getting a locksmith. And but I don't know anything about this. Like, do they need to have their house cleansed? Do they just throw it away? You know, like I want to know what people are saying about, I want to hear it from you guys in the Discord because like that's a little alarming. And also there's no way that's just normal witchcraft, magic. I really don't know, but I guess I've never really heard it done malicious either. You know what I'm saying? Like most people are talking about just like cleansing their space and, protecting their peace and dancing naked in the forest and, stuff like that.
You yourself have told me the stories of the magic spaghetti.
That's not something from me though. That's like okay, so what Slap is talking about is like hoodoo voodoo and stuff like that. And like I've told him stories about like how my dad would, if you're watching on YouTube, my dad would go like this, like in the yard, like in from the patio to make sure that a dog won't like poop on our yard or on our backyard because it kind of rolled out into a green belt. You know what I'm saying? He would like do that to make sure that dogs don't, poop on our yard. My mom used to joke that my dad kept like a chicken foot under their bed and that was keeping her together with him. You know what I'm saying? But I've also heard people talking about how you would put, the Red Wars blood in your spaghetti, like in the sauce in order to, it's like a love spell. You know what I'm saying? But that's from like the Caribbean or something. And I don't know anybody who's not, I don't know that now. I don't know that now, but I don't think that's the same as like cursing someone like with like twigs and hair and stuff like that. What I want to know what people say about this because that's fucking insane. That shit's crazy as fuck. All right, that's all I got to say on that. There is a third part, and it's the finale, and it's this is where the trigger warning belongs. I mean, the whole damn thing was a fucking trigger, but this is where the main trigger warning is. I wanted to quickly write this as a final update to my last 2 or 3 posts, especially because everyone was so kind to send me messages and suggestions. I had some people offer for my husband and I to stay with them while we found a new house. And I had lots of people with magic experience reach out to give me some info about the kind of curse my mom could have put on my husband, the babies, and I. I am lying in a hospital bed as I write this. I am absolutely devastated to report that I have lost one of my kids. I suffered a rupture in the placenta, and the doctors could only do so much. Maybe it would have been different if I had gone to the hospital earlier, but there was no bleeding. All the blood was trapped behind the rupture, so I didn't realize it was serious. It was only when I started experiencing pain instead of discomfort that I went to the hospital, but by then it was too late. My wonderful husband has not left my side during everything. I am beyond grateful for his love and support, and I don't know what I would do without him. My mother in law and father in law have flown in to support us, and we have collectively decided that once I'm well enough to travel, my husband and I will relocate to be closer to my in laws. My husband is an immigrant and he has no ties to the area we live in. My only tie was my mom, and I will get to her in a second. But I am ready to get somewhere safe and loving. While I lie here and type this, my mother in law is on the phone to an immigration agent to make sure that there are no visa requirements for me to relocate permanently. Also, this is like, even though, like I said, like my mom is nowhere near as crazy as this, and I don't know anybody's mom who is as crazy as this. You know what I'm saying? I am so grateful for the distance we have at the present. So, so thankful. So thankful. Anyway, as as for my mother, did you want to say anything? No. Okay. As for my mother, she as for my as for my mother, she suffered a heart attack about a week ago on my front line.
About a week ago.
Okay, listen, that wasn't the good timing. I can't deal with you, sir. Please push your glasses up. Oh my gosh.
Never. This is me now.
This is me.
This is me now.
Why are you like this?
That's my favorite Gene episode.
I'm so sorry. I'm so, so sorry. So, as for my mother, she suffered a heart attack about a week ago on my front lawn. Oh, yeah, I was about to say, I was trying not to say about a week ago because her mom just died. Since the cursing incident, she was over at our house, but not let in at least 3 times a week, begging for forgiveness. I say forgiveness because she did not specify any incident and she never said the words, I'm sorry. She would just yell that she had been a bad mom and that I deserved better. And it drove me bonkers to have her yelling in our front lawn about how much she loves her baby and realizes she wasn't always a perfect role model because it felt like a guilt trip more than anything else. Wow. Wow. The night of her heart attack, my husband and I were out with friends and came home to find my mom unconscious on the front lawn. I immediately called emergency services and they confirmed that she was gone as soon as as they arrived. It's been a really tough time because despite everything, she was still my mom and my only surviving blood relative. Everything has been I can't even articulate. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like she wanted to do harm to her daughter and then she caused harm to herself. You know what I'm saying? Because if she wasn't out there on the front lawn screaming at the walls, that is so fucking crazy. Everything has been a bit much recently, and I am looking forward to a fresh start. I'll do everything I can to make sure that my surviving baby, I didn't even realize she still had to carry the other one. Holy fuck. Oh my God. It, oh my gosh. My husband and, okay, I will do everything I can to make sure that my surviving baby grows up in a home surrounded by kindness. My husband and I are just human and we will make mistakes, but I want my baby to always know what it feels like to be loved. In a strange way, my mother-in-law and I have formed a bond that is stronger than my bond with my biological mother had ever been, and I am so grateful to have her in my life. She is stern, but she has been everything I could have asked for. I have cried in her arms more times than I'd like to admit. My father in law, on the other hand, is a bit gruff and not one for words, but he holds my hand every time my husband leaves the room or a doctor walks in. And I'm so grateful for that small gesture. That's the kind of thing my dad would do in mixed company. You know what I'm saying? He would like, wow. Despite everything around us at the moment, the 5 of us, husband, mother in law, father in law, baby, and I, have found solace in each other. And I'm so grateful for my little family. This is my final update. And please wish us luck on our journey. The end. Wow. The first comment, what the hell? The first comment says, that was completely unexpected. Well, it says, well, that's unexpected. It looks like the curse backfired. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then this person says, so take it with a grain of salt. Wicca believe that if you put a curse on someone, then the severity of the curse will be thrown back 3 times fold onto the person casting it. Oh, so like she, Oh my gosh. And if you think about that math, you know what I'm saying? Like she cursed the daughter, the two kids, and the husband, right? But she didn't know that there were two kids. You know what I'm saying? And then, oh damn, that shit crazy, dude. And then this person says, this was my first thought too. Reading she cursed them. Well, if this is real, then she forgot about the rebound rule. Then finding out about the heart attack. The rebound rule did not, however, forget her. Fuck. God damn, that's messed up. And then they say the way law of three was explained to me by a practicing friend was that if anything you do or wish on someone will rebound back into your life by three. So sometimes the best way to curse someone is to actually wish them well and health far, far away from you, or ask the universe to give them the life they deserve, aka let karma figure it out. I've always liked this. Some seems like a good, healthy way to let things go and move on without saying something negative. Wow. That is crazy. Is that what y'all got to say about that? Dang. What do you have to say about that?
I don't know, man. I don't know the rules of magic, but I mean it does make sense like in general if you're like consciously wishing harm on people, you're something's going to happen to you because you're not focusing on doing good for yourself, basically. I don't know. You're focusing on someone else's downfall instead of your own success, right?
And that comes back to what you were saying too, like about how the mom, what you said something like she keeps wishing ill on her daughter. You know what I'm saying? And like I still like at first I was like I can't even imagine wanting my children to fail, but then you're like um cursing them, like even if like on any level a curse is a bad thing, right? Like just the word itself, you know what I'm saying? Like the definition of a curse, it says a solemn utterance intended to invoke a supernatural power to inflict harm or punishment on someone, or a coarse or blasphemous word used to express anger or some strong emotion. You know what I'm saying? So like the word is always something bad. You know what I'm saying specifically? And she cursed. She did a bad thing onto her child. That shit is crazy. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even get my brain around it. It's like some people just do not deserve to be parents. You know what I'm saying? Like she like ended her own life and ended their legacy. Like I'm not even like one who's like big on legacy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? Why do I want, like, I don't need my children to carry my name on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have thoughts about that, but still, I'm not going to do that. You know, that fucking crazy. You know, that it,
Yeah, having kids for legacy is dumb because like usually the vast majority of people who like I need kids to carry on my bloodline. It's like for what? You work in a warehouse. You know what I mean? Like what is your legacy here? What are you actually leaving behind other than just kids who you don't take care of enough because you didn't want them?
I was trying to think about how old she said that her mom was 57, right? Is that a boomer? If it was like a year ago. So, um, 50, 56, still like, you know, it was only one. I'm not good at math. So sometimes it takes a lot for me to understand that simple. But no, seriously, like what was the ones that popped out? I think my grandparents were the baby, no, I think my grandparents were technically baby boomers, right? That's what a boomer is, right? The
Yeah.
baby boom. Okay, so my grandparents were boomers. Technically, my mom is not a boomer. No.
So what's the one before Gen X?
Boomer.
Then your mom's a boomer, dude.
Hold on. Because that's a thing for them. Isn't this kind of like MO for like boomers sometimes? Oh shit, my mom is a boomer. It says from 1946 to 1964. And then it says Gen X is 1965 to 79. Oh, my sister is a millennial. A millennial is born 1980 to 94. And Z is 95 to 2012. What's is that Gen Alpha? Is after that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, damn, that's crazy. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. I didn't even know I thought my mom was not a boomer. I thought there was an in between there, but I guess not. That's crazy. Wow. God damn. And then and that makes like so much sense, but like that's so crazy. Are your parents boomers?
Definitely. My mom's older than my dad, and my dad was born in 60.
Wait, you're
So,
what? What?
what?
Your mom is older than your dad?
Yeah.
Like how much?
Like 6-ish years older.
You lying. You're fucking lying. You're fucking.
Nah, she met that young Mormon man and snapped him up. I'm pretty sure she was like 30 and he was like 24 or something when they got married.
I'm like so stuck here because his dad made this big ass stink. He's always talk about always dating younger women, talking about how oh she's nice, young and hot, like gross boomer man shit. And your dad was like, ooh, she's younger than you. I'm younger than you. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you the reason. What if the reason why he dates younger, besides the obvious toxic masculinity, but what if for him the reason is because of your fucking mom?
Maybe.
You make me fucking sick. You made me wait for that. You made me fucking wait.
I'm always make you wait, baby.
Man, no, the fuck you don't. This kid will sit here and like follow me around trying to hold something out to me until I actually take it from him. He will not. He's just like, water, water. That American dad, water. If you know where that's from, I love you. Sapa is out of here. He in space. Like
Yeah.
he's hot as fuck because our friend like stopped in. He was already out of here halfway through the first part of the first story. I just honestly hope that if anybody is like out there who has a mom who's just like this, like in your fucking face, I was just gonna be like, just like you are grown as fuck, dude. And yeah, it sucks. I am like in my feelings. I'm really raw about moms right now and parents in general because my dad, I wish so hard yesterday or Tuesday that I wish my dad was here so I could fucking tell him about the dumb shit my mom's doing. You know what I'm saying? I wish my dad was here so I could tell him about all the weird shit my mom is doing. I wish my dad was here so I could tell him that my brother is like restoring his car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wish my dad was here and I didn't have to deal with like the mess that I'm dealing with right now because I guarantee it would not be like this. And it just is hard to mourn, like it's hard living all these firsts and these level ups and these steps without him. And my mom is really far away and we're kind of going through something and it's just like not, it doesn't feel good, but like just knowing that this OP has like this beautiful outlook, even though her mom is no longer with her and she lost one of her two children, you know what I'm saying? She has a bright outlook and I do too. I'm excited for whatever's to come. I'm excited to go Christmas light looking. Like I already have a place in mind. I'm getting ready to buy the tickets. I got a Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on the ground in tears, wasted. You know what I'm saying? I'm not drunk. I'm like I feel like there's finally like another side. I can see it. I'm like just outside of it. And if I can feel that way and this OP can feel this way, then you too can feel this way. I just want to say that this too shall pass. Like the darkness does not stay, and you will find the other side. You just got to keep holding on. And even if you fall off the track, even if you have to take a break, just don't get off the path. Stay on this path. You're going to make it. Anyway, I love you guys. Merry Crisis.
Yeah. Hey.